Hey everybody, welcome into our NBA TV studios. It's game time. I'm Kristen Ledlow alongside our Greg Anthony, and the NBA's preseason continues with 12 games on a Friday.
Getting close to the start of the real season.
That's a lot.
Yes.
I'm just going to cut you off right there because we've got to get right to highlights, all right? So back in 2007, Kevin Durant was drafted second overall out of the University of Texas to the Supersonics. He was the Rookie of the Year in his one season in Seattle before the franchise moved to Oklahoma City. He started 80 games, set a franchise rookie record with more than 1,600 points, and KD is back. This time as a Warrior, taking on the Kings at Key Arena. Bill Russell Wilson. Then we've got Lenny Wilkens in the 1979 Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Fred
GP.
Brown.
Are you with me? Gary Payton in attendance, and Kevin Durant wearing a Shawn Kemp jersey, playing in Seattle where it all started.
I'd like to thank you guys for coming out, supporting us. I know it's been a rough 10 years. NBA is back in Seattle for tonight, but hopefully it's back forever soon.
Sue Bird liking what she sees as well. KD driving baseline, throws it down, putting the Warriors up early, 12-3. But it was Klay Thompson, GA, 19 points and 5 3-point field goals in the first quarter.
His ability to get open and then his teammates' ability to find him in rhythm. One of the reasons why the Warriors are just an incredible dynasty.
He finished with 30, by the way, so that was quite the quarter.
He still got 30?
And still has the beard. KD with 3 more. You can't give him that much space. This time defensively, the steal, Klay for the layup, plus the foul. He would oddly miss that free throw.
That is odd.
It's not something you see often. Again, though, like I said, did finish with 30. Warriors inbound. Dunking over Willie Cauley-Stein, who was no slight man, by the way. KD finished with 26 points and 7 assists in this one as the Warriors go on to win at 122-94. So KD soaked up this return to Seattle. What, though, GA, can be said about his performance, both prior to the game with the microphone and then once he stepped onto the court?
I thought it was really classy of him to not only address those fans who are starved for NBA basketball, but also remember he came into this league there and then he honored the great Shawn Kemp by wearing his jersey out there. His teammates are supporting him because it did mean a lot to him, and it means a lot to the NBA. We miss Seattle. I hope and pray at some point we get a franchise back in that city, one of my 5 favorite cities in America.
All right.
And had the opportunity to play there for a year. It's an incredible place, tremendous fan support. Nice for them to be able to see the world champs come in and put on a show.
Gave a shout out to my favorites, Sue Bird and the Storm as well, but with a little more than a week to go until these guys get their rings. Yet again, they're used to getting those. How are they going to approach this season, this attempt at a three-peat?
I was just there a couple days ago and talked with Steve Kerr about this and Steph and Klay, and they actually feel better going into this season than they did a year ago. They're healthy mentally. Remember, they had to go over to China, dealt with a lot of injuries. They got a little more youth and athleticism on this team. They're still going to have some transition as they wait for Boogie Cousins to get back, but they're still a juggernaut. I mean, they are the most unselfish, best shooting, best passing team in our league. They still get after defensively. They are the team to beat. They're in a good place mentally, which I think speaks volumes for the rest of the league, because that is the gold standard that everybody is trying to catch up to.
You mentioned Boogie getting healthy again. We know what he's capable of statistically. How, though, do you think he fits with this roster?
Steve Kerr loves the way he plays because, one, he's a big that can play out in space. He's a terrific passer, and they don't feel like there has to be a whole lot of adjustments made because it's about the ball finding the open man. And I think, like we saw with Durant, great players, when they get the opportunity to play with other great players who are unselfish, tend to play well. I think we're going to see a very motivated DeMarcus Cousins that fits in well there, which creates even more problems for the rest of the league.
Well, you're going to hear me say often that the highlights will continue because, again, a 12-game Friday. And the last time the Suns were in Portland, Devin Booker dropped 30, but they lost in the final second, 106-104. It was Damian Lillard who finished it. He finished with 40. It may be the preseason, but the Suns are back, and this time with the top overall pick, DeAndre Ayton, on the floor as well.
And I got a sneaky suspicion that DeAndre Ayton is going to be the Rookie of the Year. I mean,
Look at
he
this.
has gotten off to an incredible start here. I know it's preseason, and I know it doesn't count, but he can still really get it done.
And to be as physically dominant as he is already, but yet to still have such a polished skill set is impressive to be so young.
You just hit it right on the head. I mean, to be that young, only 1 year of college, but he's already got the ability to play low post, high post, can pass it, rebounds, block shots. He is as complete a big as we've seen come in this league in a couple years.
Ayton finished with 19 points and 14 rebounds. That was Damian Lillard with a couple of buckets back-to-back. The Utah Jazz, though, looking to stay perfect in the preseason, taking on the Adelaide 36ers in their only game of the NBL's Tour of the USA. That was Donovan Mitchell tying things up at 13 apiece.
Ooh.
How about Grayson Allen?
I tell you what, Grayson
Throwing it
Allen,
down.
he's going to be in that rotation. I mean, a really good basketball player, fits what Quinn Snyder and the Jazz like to do. And this, I never thought I'd say this, but the Jazz are the sexy pick to be a team that could get to the Western Conference Finals. They've got a lot of depth. They're playing with great confidence.
All right.
They got Spider.
Yeah, he had 18 points in the first half, didn't play in the second half, didn't have to. I mean, why, right? Grayson Allen for 3 more. He had 16 points on this one, and the Jazz would go on to win it. Now, after the break, again, the highlights will continue on a 12-game night in the NBA's preseason. We'll be right back. Play the new game, NBA Pick'em team win totals. Predict how many wins each NBA team will have for this season, and you've got a chance to win $1 million. Head to NBA.com/pick'em today to make your picks and for all the rules. The Dallas Morning News reports more accusations of sexual misconduct in the Dallas Mavericks organization. In a story released Friday, former Mavs employees accused a longtime team photographer of propositioning female coworkers and making lewd comments. In the past year, the Mavs have been the subject of a 7-month independent investigation into workplace misconduct, which resulted in Mark Cuban donating $10 million in support of women's advocacy groups. Commissioner Adam Silver said Friday that the league office is monitoring the Mavs' response to these allegations. The team in action Friday morning, though, taking on the Sixers in the first of 2 NBA China games. That's Dennis Smith Jr. for 3. He had 20 points in this one, GA.
Yeah, and also improved that perimeter game, knocking down half of his 6 3-pointers.
Whew, Joel Embiid, the dunk plus the foul. He'd make that free throw, but look at Luka Doncic with the nice teardrop.
Nice little floater there, gets that one to fall. And how about J.J. Redick? Perfect from the field in this game. Knocked down all 10 of his field goals and 7 of his free throws.
The 3-pointer plus the foul. But look at this. The former Dallas Mav and retired Chinese basketball player Wang Juju gives Dirk Nowitzki a guitar, and
Dirk gave us a concert.
yeah, well, we can't unfortunately
That was
hear
muted.
the audio.
I think
How
for
about
good
this?
reason.
Joel Embiid apologizing with a kiss to a fan that he hit with a ball, and we've chosen not to show you guys that either. Ben Simmons driving the lane, getting the layup to go plus the foul. He'd make that free throw. Dallas would lead the way at the time, but the Sixers would pull away 120-114. Now, you mentioned J.J. Redick's 28 points on a perfect 10 of 10 from the field, but Joel Embiid added 22 and 10 rebounds as well. Assuming he's healthy, assuming this roster is healthy, how good can this team be?
Well, I think the goal has got to be to try to get a step further, right? They did get to it the second round last year. Embiid was terrific, but he and Simmons both had their struggles at times against the Celtics, and they've made some key moves in terms of their roster, but more importantly, how much better are their young core going to be? Fultz is going to be playing this season. Obviously, Simmons and Embiid have to continue to improve, and ultimately, I think that trio is going to determine how far the Sixers go this season.
Well, speaking of learning to create offensively, that's the perfect transition to Luka Doncic. Is he perhaps your Rookie of the Year?
I'm not going to say Rookie of the Year, but I'm excited to watch him. He's a guy that I think just has an incredible feel for playing the game of basketball. Very mature, complete player, can find people, can shoot it, rebounds it well, does all. He's a basketball player, and I think he's going to fit in nicely alongside Dennis Smith Jr.
And already has professional experience as well. As the highlights continue, in their third matchup of the preseason, the Toronto Raptors playing host to Melbourne United, the reigning National Basketball League champions. This one, though, with no Kawhi Leonard, no Kyle Lowry, right behind the back, and for three, Toronto up 12-7. Then Green driving in for the easy layup here. Toronto taking an early and large lead, 21-7.
You don't normally see Danny Green shooting shots in the paint, but able to knock that one down.
Norman Powell.
Oh, we do see that.
All right. How about another one?
And
There it is with the fake and throws it down yet again. Toronto leads the way 57-39 at the half. It's Powell yet again in the third, this time dishing to DeLon Wright for three more.
Not a lot of people talking about the Raptors, but
Yeah.
with Kawhi, I think this team is going to be heard from in the East.
The Washington Wizards, once again without Dwight Howard, as they take on the Miami Heat in D.C. Hassan Whiteside on the oop from Goran Dragic. He had 10 points in this one. And Dwayne Wade, give me up and under to go. He's back with 10 points.
Are we going to see two of the all-time greats hang it up this season? Dwayne's already announced this is his final. Dirk, I think, will also probably announce at some point as well.
We keep thinking that he will, but then he keeps saying, I'll do one more.
He might play till he's 50. Who knows?
That was Jeff Green. Miami would lead the way at the half. Then Bradley Beal gets rolling on offense here. The deep three with the assist from John Wall. Then Wall, yet again, this time to Beal inside. He finished with 20 points in this one.
Yeah, and you know, this is another team. I really like what they did this past offseason, the Wizards. And I also think they believe that they're going to be in the conference final. So I think that East is going to be really interesting this year.
And the Spurs hosting the Pistons. Both teams undefeated this preseason. No Reggie Jackson in this one due to a right ankle injury. LaMarcus Aldridge going to work here early and often. Getting it done inside, a little bit of a fadeaway outside the paint as well.
Yeah, knocking down that shot was DeMar DeRozan. And I do think, as you see Andre Drummond, who had a monster game earlier, continues to play well and improving his offensive game. That's going to be a big question for this Pistons team as they want to try to bounce back after the disappointment of last year. Another
big preseason performance from Andre Drummond as he tries to keep the Pistons in this. He led all scorers with 18 points and 10 rebounds on the night. DeJounte Murray gets the jumper to go. That's the key to the Spurs this season. His development, if DeJounte Murray can take a step and become a consistent lead guard for them, the Spurs could be right back in the conversation. There's the step you were looking for. Right? Oh, yeah. No doubt about the athleticism. Well, after the break, the preseason highlights continue as the Timberwolves try to rebound from a loss against the Clippers Wednesday, taking on the Thunder. And while the Knicks are 2-0 in the preseason, the Pelicans are 0-2. They're going to look to rebound as well. The starters answer the 50 burning questions about the upcoming season. Monday at 5:30, they'll discuss and, of course, debate who the Warriors' biggest challenger may be in the West. Don't miss it. It's right here on NBA TV. The Timberwolves looking to get back on track, taking on the Thunder without Russell Westbrook, but Paul George does make his preseason debut and was looking pretty good as well. 13 of his 23 points in the first quarter, GA. Yeah, I think he's going to be a lot more comfortable this season. Huge transition a year ago, and he's coming out all smiles right now. The Thunder newcomers, though, making an impact as well. Dennis Schroeder driving, finding Nerlens Noel for the slam. He had 12 points and 9 rebounds. Look, two guys I think that are going to be counted on heavily if the Thunder want to rebound and have a little bit more success come postseason. Steven Adams dominating the offensive glass. He had 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 of them were offensive rebounds at the half. Karl Anthony Towns, though, doesn't seem to be scared inside. He had 23 points in this game. Yeah,
The Timberwolves still dealing with a little bit of a soap opera right now with Jimmy Butler and how that's all going to materialize.
Noel, yet again, this time with a floater in the paint. The Thunder go on to win it 113-101. And it's preseason game number 3 for each of these teams, but it's 0-2 for the Pelicans. 2-0 for the Knicks. All right. Well, this one's at MSG. Anthony Davis, coast to coast, and the finish. Then Alonzo Trier goes behind the back with the handles, drives in the layup plus the foul. He made the free throw, and he's had an impressive preseason thus far. Tim Hardaway Jr. down the lane, the layup plus the foul. He'd make that free throw.
Yeah, and the Knicks getting off to a really good start. Nice find there inside to Davis, who's, I think, going to be in a lot of conversations for MVP this season.
All right. Emmanuel Mudiay to Kevin Knox for the dunk. The Knicks would lead the way 62-57 at the half. Mario Hezonja misses the layup, but Noah Vonleh with the putback dunk. And how about a little bit more from Vonleh this time, plus the foul.
Attacking the rim, still a young player, really had never come into his own. Maybe this will be the spot that allows him to flourish.
Knicks win it 106-100, and the Denver Nuggets are also facing a non-NBA opponent, taking on the Perth Wildcats of the NBL. Now, GA, the Wildcats lost to the Utah Jazz on September 29th by 58 points, but this game would be significantly closer.
Yeah, I think they were probably a little embarrassed and going up against a very good Jazz team, and the Nuggets they're not a slouch either. They got a lot of talent, a lot of expectations in the Mile High City this year.
Paul Millsap with a two-handed jam. Now, he argued with the ref and ultimately would be ejected from this game. He's never been ejected from any regular season game before, so this still doesn't count.
Yeah, I would agree.
Wildcats, though, sticking around in this one. Bryce Cotton hits the 3. He had 33 points and 5 rebounds. Then Monte Morris with the steal and finishes with the layup. He had 15. And the Orlando Magic hosting Flamengo, the professional squad from Rio de Janeiro. We'll be back with highlights and analysis.
Biggest story of the offseason, obviously, LeBron James making the move out to Los Angeles.
When you're in LeBron James' Laker team now, we're coming in from door. You're seeing our best shot every time from door because we can't afford to let you hang around now.
Most important thing for them, those young guys, right? And you can speak to this, the level of competition that they're getting ready to face every single night. I think LeBron's ready for that. I think Rondo's ready for that. The young guys, everybody else on that team, I don't know if they really understand what's getting ready to happen.
You can't be ready. You can't. It's something that and especially me coming from Toronto, I didn't experience that stuff. Maybe LeBron and Dwayne did, but me, I was kind of stuck in the headlights a little bit. So it took at least 20 games to get that adjustment. And by the time we came to Cleveland, we saw how the difference is in between being liked and disliked. I mean, a capital diss on them.
Don't miss the Open Court 2018-19 season preview, premiering Tuesday at 7 Eastern on NBA TV. The Memphis Grizzlies on their newly designed floor at FedEx Forum, hosting Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. And Trae delivering early on. Gets the floater to go, then the quick drive and all the way into the lane. He had 15 points in this game that would tie things up at 15 apiece.
Looked good early on, and I like the new Grizzlies floor. I think I like Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
even more.
The Grizzlies' number 4 pick getting into the paint, the lay-in plus the foul. Marc Gasol, though, working in the post, gets the fadeaway to go. Then Gasol yet again, this time driving into the paint and getting yet another floater. He finished with 21.
Yeah, he looks good. Getting Mike Conley Jr. back also, but how about this play?
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, what's better, the pass or the, between the legs?
They both
Or the
are
Miles
beautiful.
Plumlee finish.
You know what? As great as I'm going to give Plumlee the love on that finish. Woo!
And the Orlando Magic hosting Flamengo, the team from Rio de Janeiro that has won the Brazilian National Championship 5 times. But Mo Bamba showing off his offensive skill set. The drive, the easy basket, then the long 2. Then Wes Iwundu pulling up the jumper. Now the ball will bounce back here, but that's why Mo's there.
Yeah, the big fella just got to get stronger, but showing the improved range.
Yeah.
A lot of work this past summer and developing that aspect of his game.
So Mo Bamba had 12 points and 9 rebounds in this one, but Aaron Gordon is still a high flyer for those who may have forgotten. The DJ Augustine lob, then the drive inside, and how about this one? Come on.
I tell you what, he took a huge step up last year and
Got
looking
another
like
one.
he's ready to take another one.
He finished with 29 points in this one. And the NBA's preseason continues Saturday with a doubleheader on NBA TV. The Celtics and Cavs tip off at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Clippers and Lakers at 10. You can get your highlights and analysis on GameTime right here. So, it's no secret that LeBron James is the peak of human physical performance, but he has apparently another gear that he likes to kick it to prior to the preseason. This time, it was in the form of a 2-week cleanse. So, at the buzzer, what did the King have to say about the cleanse?
I did a 2-week cleanse, and I gave up a lot of things for 14 days. And Tuesday night was my last day, but I waited till last night to start.
What are some of the other things you gave up?
No gluten, no dairy, no alcohol, no wine, no artificial sugars.
What's left?
Huh?
What's left?
In life, air.
So what does that leave? Air. I was thinking the same thing, like, oh, okay, whatever he's doing, I probably need to do that. But what do you eat?
That's a tough one.
Or drink, if not wine. Have you cleansed in this way before?
Is there, I took a shower. I showered regularly. I feel really cleansed. I'm cleansed.
Yeah, no, same.
The food part, nah. The wine, definitely.
I try and do like water during the day.
I drink water every day. I like it flavored with wine.
Oh, right,
A little bit.
same.
Yeah, you too? Yeah, it is nice.
Well, for the picture of health, Greg Anthony and myself, Kristen Ledlow, thank you guys for hanging out with us on a 12-game
Have you
night in the
cleansed
preseason.
is a better question.
I'm planning on starting it
Oh,
Monday.
Monday.
Is what I'm thinking. Monday.